Welcome to another episode of Junk Journal Snacks. I'm showing you a sideways view of Nadia's amazing journal just because it won't fit in the viewfinder if I put it the right side up. So I just wanted to give you an overview of what this looks like in its full beauty. It is so yummy. I don't ever want to finish this journal. I have already picked out a page to work on. I'm trying to work on the middle-ish pages just because those are kind of the easiest to work on if I prop up the middle. So I'm using this roll of deli paper and just putting it here where my spine is. So that way this lays a lot more flat. And I chose this page because first of all, it's quite sturdy. And second of all, it can't get worse than this, right? So whatever I put on it, I figure is going to be an improvement, which kind of takes away the pressure. So I'm trying to do kind of abstract art journal-y mixed media type of page. I need to cover this up. This is making me very unhappy here. So I want to add some light colors, and this paint hasn't had an appearance in a long time. It's my jade green. This is the color that for me resembles Speckled Egg by Tim Holtz a lot. And I will mix it with some chalk paint in the color ginger. And I will probably be adding some titanium white as well. Kind of like just as a background to get me started. I just realized I should probably protect the page underneath. So in this first step, I am simply trying to cover up this horrible purple mess. And the purple is coming through. It's very persistent. But because that was Distress Oxide, and of course that is being activated now again because I'm adding some fluids. We might have to just cover that up with some things that I stick down. I think it's going to keep showing through. At least now it's more like a nice lilac. Let's try some more blue. It's definitely an improvement to what it was before, so that's a good first step. Next, I want to add some of my collage fodder onto this page. I don't know if I will be covering up everything or just parts of it. I don't know yet. This is from a jelly plate print. Actually, I think I want to cut this out. I'm starting with a round shape because those are very challenging for me. I'm going to use my matte gel from Liquitex to collage these elements down. I'm doing this very intuitively. I don't have a plan. I do think I should add some gold because, you know, it's me. Basically, I'm just trying to make an interesting background. Although I don't know yet what I will add to that background. Will I have a focal image or anything? I don't know at this point. Here's not a coffee dyed, a tea-stained tea bag. Trying very much not to think too much, just going with it. I want this to really just be a quick project, not something that's going to take me hours and hours. This one I made at the Art Journal Festival that I attended in, what was it, May, I think? I wish I had this stencil. Unfortunately, I do not. But I believe it's a stencil by Stencil Girls. This is what the whole stencil looks like. It's super cool. I might have to get this one because it is so awesome. Okay, this is looking very strange at the moment. I think it's because this color is coming through. I really need to cover that up. How about this one? This is also left from the Art Journal Festival. Someone had put that in the box where we all added things that everybody could use. I have a feeling I should probably start having a plan because otherwise this might just look very strange in the end. No, just going to trust the process. and see what happens. What happens when you don't have a plan? This round thing here is kind of bugging me because I don't know what to do with it. As I said, I don't know really how to use round elements. This is one of Honey's beautiful jelly plate prints on, looks like tissue paper. This round thing is totally throwing me off. I usually go for rectangular shapes and then, you know, putting them either vertically or horizontally, kind of like what I'm doing here. This is so out of my comfort zone and it's really throwing me. I might end up just totally covering that up because I don't know how to deal with it. This is book page. See, I'm going back to my comfort thing automatically without thinking about what I'm doing. I'm tearing the pieces into shapes I'm comfortable with, and it looks like I'm totally going to cover this round one, which is a shame, but I'm just gonna do what I'm comfortable with. Look at that purple, it is so persistent. Yeah, of course, this is such a thin paper that it's even going to show through here. Now you might think, just go with it. I want more of the yellow. So if you don't know this journal on most of the pages has my favorite colors, which is this blue and a beautiful golden yellow. I mean, this is more beige, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like this. So it is in that direction. This is again that Stencil Girl stencil. I really want to cover up this purple. This here is too plain, so I want to add some more of that beautiful leaf stencil. Okay, what do we put up here? Needs to be something opaque that will cover up the purple. Maybe this gold is what I need. And I want more yellow. Maybe some of this. This was also a jelly plate print. Maybe some of this napkin, which is also from jelly plate prints. Let's use a shape that's not rectangular. Okay, this looks like a very strange mess at the moment. I also want to add some textural elements. I have this tulle here. I'm hoping that I can tear some of this to get an uneven piece. Oh yeah, that works. Then I'd also like to add some parts of book spines for some more interesting texture. And another small piece of the tulle down here. I have some dried blossoms from a hydrangea here, and I have some that are falling off already, so why not sprinkle some of those in for more texture. Okay, I've quickly dried all of this. Let me show you all the textures close up. I'm not liking this at all, but I'm hoping this is just like the ugly stage. I am going to keep going over this, and I'll go over it again with those colors I used before, and it could be that it turns out that we won't see any of these colors once I'm done, but I'm okay with that. I'm just doing layer on layer on layer. We'll see what happens at the end. I think it's fun not knowing what the outcome will be. I think I'm going to cover everything because these are not the colors that are speaking to me right now. I want light, and this purple is super persistent. Wow. So what we're left with are the textures, which are super cool, I think. Those are really coming out now. Do you see those? And I really love here the stitching. We see the petals in the middle. We see all this yumminess here. I love that. So I quickly dried the page. It is too blue. It looks like the whole thing is just blue. So I want a little more color variation. So I'm going to go in again with my titanium white, and I'm going to use a spatula so that I again have a different effect. I'm kind of going along the edges of my papers, and I want to highlight some of this beautiful texture. Then I think I want to add a bit of this beautiful Asian text. So I'm going back to using my matte gel here. I'm totally amazed at what is happening on this page. Things are just developing on their own. The page is telling me what it needs, and I have no idea where it's going. It's so fun. Next, I feel I want to blend these in a little bit more. So I'm going to use my thin white gesso. I'm just going to use my fingers. I just want to go around the edges a little bit, not the text so much. Next, I feel I want to cover up some of this blue here. It's just too blue for me. I found this piece of vintage wallpaper, so I can use parts of that. I also want to add some more book page, so I have this dictionary page here. Maybe you're thinking now, why did you even bother putting on that first layer, which is now completely covered up? But that was just the way I had to start, because that's what I felt like I needed to do at the beginning. And it's fine. If it all gets covered up, it gets covered up. It's still part of the whole process. I also want some paint drips, so I'm going to take my titanium white and try to make that happen. So I'll put some up here, and then I'll just add water, and hopefully that will drip down. Okay, so I dried that just a little bit. It's not completely dry. I want to add some more drips with this gray. These are water-soluble wax pastels. And this is now mixing with the white, so it's becoming a lot lighter. And for more contrast, I'm also going to do the same with black. Sometimes you have to help it along a little bit. It's good to have a towel on the bottom to catch the paint that's dripping down. I'm liking how the black is turning out, so I want to add some more of that. This time let's try it with a spray bottle. Love this down here. I think this here needs a little bit of help. So I quickly dried that. I love all this yumminess here. The contrast is great. What I don't like is that these pieces of paper, I don't like all these edges showing. So again, I'm going to go around those with my gesso, with my fingers. And very surprisingly, the page is now telling me it wants a very strong color. So I'm taking this Amsterdam acrylic ink in Reflex Orange. Let's see what happens. This is quite interesting. I was not expecting this. I think I will spritz it with water. Okay, let's just do this and spritz it and see what happens. That is pretty cool. So this is dry now, and I think this here was a game changer. This color just completely woke this page up, made it come alive. And now I feel like I need to add focal points with a lot of contrast. And what always works is butterflies. So I found these. I believe these might be from the Digital Collage Club. Not 100% certain. I do not want to cover up any of this beautiful neon orange. Or the other way around. Interesting. When I look at the mirrored camera image, I do like this when I look at it from my perspective, from the front here. I don't like it. How interesting is that? Well, I guess I should leave it then. Okay, I'll go with what the camera is telling me because that's a more objective view looking from the top. How do I adhere these? It is quite bulky underneath, but I think it should be okay just using the matte gel. No, I'm just going to use my regular white glue for that. Actually, this reminds me very much of the style I had in 2016. Let me show you an example. So this is one from November 2016. Lots of texture paste, not that much layering. It's mostly texture paste, a few pieces of paper, a lot of spray paint. So either you could say I have not evolved, I'm still doing the same thing. Or you could say it's my comfort zone. It's what is natural to me and what comes intuitively. I do want to add a sentiment. And I'm again using the ones from 7 Dot Studio from the Fortune Teller stickers. And I think the one that works well here is, as usual, there's more than one. Be bright, be you, because this is so me. Or live by your own rules, I think would work. Or of course, follow your heart. Although the follow your heart is quite corny because you hear and see that all the time. But I think it's actually perfect for this page because I'm following my intuition, my soul, my heart. So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with this one. I put some glue on it. And I actually don't want to put it here. I mean, it would go here as always. Bottom right is always a good spot. But how about we switch it up and we just put it in the middle, like here. And I don't even want to edge it because I don't want it standing out that much. I think it stands out enough having this orange behind it. So that's my very unexpected page for today. Love it when these surprises happen. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.
What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no war.